Number 17, Edwin Russell. Number 19, Enzo Martinez. Number 20, Arthur Patterson. Number 33, Moses Mensah. And number 43, Santiago Suarez. Birmingham Legion are led by head coach Mark Briggs, with assistant coaches Eric Avila and Carlo Schiavone. Starting lineup for your North Carolina FC. Captain, number 5, Paco Curry. Goalkeeper, number 1, Jake McGuire. Number 8, Pedro Dolaberta. Number 9, Alex Anderson. Number 11, Patrick Burner. Number 14, Rafa Mexican. Number 15, Mikey Maldonado. Number 17, Colin Martin. Number 19, Ahmad Alcock. Number 27, Washington. Number 66, Ben Sundstrom. And NCFC are led by head coach John Bradford and assistant coaches Andrew Sheck and Mike McGinty.
We have reached the halfway point of the 2025 USL Championship season, and North Carolina FC looks to continue their excellent league form here at First Horizon Stadium in Cary. Tonight they hope to make it 5 straight wins at home against the Birmingham Legion, and it's right here on ESPN+. As we take a look at the standings, North Carolina has had a tough stretch of games recently, with 2 games versus Louisville City and a Southern Derby clash against the Battery last week, but they have maintained their spot in 4th place in the East and only 3 points behind Loudoun United for 3rd. Birmingham, meanwhile, is outside of the playoff field in 10th place with 15 points, but a win tonight would vault them into 7th place as the Legion look to build some momentum in the second half of the season. And we welcome you up to the perch alongside the great Andrew Tate. I'm Dean Linke, and after 2 tough games on the road, it's nice to be home for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, it's great to see you again, Dean. And for North Carolina, you know, playing the top 2 teams, those have been real benchmarks for them. But they've done really well in those games, I think. But coming back now, they've got 6 of the next 7 here in Cary. So they're looking to really try and make some ground on those top teams.
John Bradford has stayed with the 3-back system. Key to that has been Bryce Washington.
Yeah, and I think he's one of those players. I don't think he's ever a 10 out of 10 player. I think a 7 out of 10. He's Mr. Consistent, 26 years old. And speaking of John Bradford, it's his pace that is so key in that back line. And he's going to be tested today against the front 3 of Birmingham Legion.
And, of course, there's a name that is very recognizable in Enzo Martinez for Birmingham.
Yeah, 34-year-old Uruguayan. He's been around these parties. He knows North Carolina well, a former player here, spent 2 years here playing for NCFC, and he's a player in the league, still one of the most influential. He's a player that plays with fire and spirit, and as the captain today, he'll be wanting to try and get one over on his old team.
Speaking of fire and spirit and speed, Olex Anderson Jr. in the starting lineup for North Carolina FC. They take on Birmingham Legion FC. We'll have the lineups and the kick after this break on ESPN+.
Hey, grab me one too.
These days to find healthy and fast. But at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa, with sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
With a family like that to take care of, the 2 of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the 2 of you.
Welcome back to Cary, North Carolina, WakeMed Soccer Park and First Horizon Stadium. USL Championship on ESPN+. Birmingham Legion FC in town to take on North Carolina FC. Andrew, let's start with the lineup. John Bradford will trot out for the home squad.
Yeah, and 2 changes for Coach John Bradford. In come Colin Martin into the engine room and replacing Raheem Summersall. And then Ahmad Al-Kak replaces Louis Perez, who both players drop into the bench. We'll be looking to compete with Dolabella and Anderson Jr. to really cause problems for this back line that is very stingy under new coach Mark Briggs for the Birmingham Legion.
Mark Briggs named the head coach on April 30th. Let's take a look at his side.
And 2 changes for the Legion as well. They've got Jake Roof comes in place of Kavita, who's unavailable today. And then Danny Trejo comes in that attacking left side position in place of Preston Tabor Ataka. But Birmingham Legion, the 2 players to watch out for me, are Turnbull and Pasha. They'll be looking to cause problems for Werner and Sundstrom down that right-hand side.
Those are the starting lineups. And there is Mark Briggs, who had success with Birmingham, Sacramento, Real Monarchs, and even the Wilmington Hammerheads, and took over on April 30th for Tom Sohn. There's John Bradford, who did a great job with the NCFC Academy and has done a great job as the top man, winning the USL League One title just a couple years ago.
Yeah, continues to evolve this group and move things forward consistently, raising the bar. No, in speaking to John, him and Mark Briggs have a really good relationship here, known each other for a long time. They actually did their pro license together this summer. So two coaches with massive respect for each other. And I know John wants Mark to do really, really well, just starting tomorrow, not today.
Mark Briggs reminding you when he was at Sacramento, he took his team to the Open Cup final in 2022 and the Western Conference final in 2023. Those are the uniforms you see at Birmingham Legion. Jake McGuire giving Paco Craig, the captain, some water. North Carolina FC in their familiar blue uniforms that they tend to wear at home. USL Championship on ESPN Plus with Andrew Tate. I'm Dean Linke. Delighted to be with you after a little bit of time off. TST, a lot of action out here at WakeMed Soccer Park. Good to have the lads home for 3 in a row.
Yeah, and the pitch looks fantastic. You wouldn't know it took the beating that it took during that week in June.
Underway, North Carolina FC and Birmingham Legion. Enzo Martinez always seems to play well when he comes against North Carolina FC. I mean, he plays well in general, but it just seems like he's everywhere when he plays North Carolina FC.
He scored in both games last year, Dean, against North Carolina. I was trying to look back through. Obviously, he spent 6 years in Charlotte. I was trying to look through how many times he'd actually scored against North Carolina. It wasn't as many as I thought, but he's just a nuisance, isn't he? He always pops up with that key important moment for his team.
Foul there. So it'll stay with North Carolina FC and Mr. Everything, Mikey Maldonado, will be over the ball. I call him that because he takes the corner kicks, takes a lot of the free kicks, takes all the throw-ins, and is there for a bone-crunching tackle when you need it too.
It's a full-body workout, isn't it, Mikey Maldonado? I'll tell you what, Dean, set pieces were so crucial for North Carolina in the last game. Both goals coming off of set pieces. Mikey Maldonado will have a lot to do with that, I'm sure.
Maldonado, just a one-man wall as Enzo Martinez joins 8 players along the 18. Maldonado headed out by Birmingham Legion. Rafa sends it back in. Good flick from Craig. Dolabella. Rafa again. Nice movement. Corner kick. Corner kick. North Carolina FC.
Good positive start from the home team. Mikey Maldonado get another opportunity here to ask a question of the young 18-year-old goalkeeper. Keeping out the veteran Matt Van Okel, which speaks volumes to the confidence that Mark Briggs has in him. With that sun in your eyes right now and Maldonado's delivery, questions will be asked here.
Maldonado driven near post. Shot there by Burner that goes up into the stands. The USL on CBS kicks off July 4th with a hot showdown in the Championship Eastern Conference. Last season's final runner-up Rhode Island FC takes on Northeast rival Hartford Athletic on Saturday, July 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Here's Bryce Washington, featured in the Open by Andrew Tate. And a player down. It'll be a card going against Birmingham Legion. Pretty early doors here. Card will go to Stephen Turnbull. And there to discuss it with the referee, no surprise.
He's already. I saw him chatting to him about 2 minutes ago, Dean. The last free kick was given. Yeah, he's a referee's dream, isn't he?
Enzo.
A yellow card has been assessed to Birmingham number 2, Stephen Turnbull, in the 4th minute.
Turnbull is an all-action, rampaging wing-back for the Legion. So being on an early yellow card will not help his cause today, because that could restrain him a little bit.
Touch back in. He's all the way across. Rafa trying to run it down. Here comes the Legion. Touched over and cleaned up by Finn Sundstrom. What a bright light he has been, the youngster. We'll have more on him. Olex Anderson Jr. Olex Anderson Jr. really good at playing it into space. You know, for years we were cheated with the luxury of watching Justin McDonald and Lynn Williams. Lynn Williams for the North Carolina Courage, one of the best ever to play it into space. Olex Anderson Jr. is pretty good at that as well.
Yeah, absolute whippet for pace. Defender's nightmare. Just a bundle of fast twitch fibers. And he'll want to try and sort of play on that left channel, I think, now with Turnbull sitting on that yellow. Try and play in those spaces down the sides of those three centre-backs. A good positive start for the home team.
North Carolina FC 7-5-2, 23 points. Birmingham Legion 3-7-6. Bent around. Right in front, Olex Anderson Jr. Now when Martin came in, bit of a swing and a miss. It's interesting, as you thought with Matt Van Oekel in the house that he would be in goal just because he's been great for forever, but it's Fernando Delgado, the starting goalkeeper for Birmingham Legion FC. I don't know if you saw Van Oekel's mustache. Have you checked that out?
It's next level, isn't it? I think Super Mario will be proud of that one. I'm sure that's got nothing to do with him being out the starting lineup, though, Dean.
Before mentioned, Delgado will elect to roll it out. Birmingham, 3 ties, a win and a loss in their last 5. North Carolina FC, 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5. And there's the stash.
You can see the little side profile of it there, yeah. What a goalkeeper, though. What a goalkeeper.
Big time.
Yeah.
I remember last year when he was here, I had to go talk to him because every time he plays here, he's been so phenomenal. Really nice guy. Here's Enzo. Great job at switching it. It started on the left, now it's on the right. This is a great sequence for Birmingham. Birmingham dangerous here. Wow, he had some people open on the far stick. Just a little bit too much mustard on that chip.
That's that combination, Dean, of Turnbull and Pasha just linking and getting into those spaces. I don't think that'll be the last time we see that today.
Jake McGuire. A little bit ambitious to try to find Rafa and taken away. Enzo Martinez. Headed away. Martin, nice ball to Mikey Maldonado. Was hoping to spring Olex Anderson Jr. Taken away by Maldonado. Olivella. Back to Maldonado. Maldonado, one of the teams in the TST, had a strong connection to his club team in Texas, and out of the blue, I was getting texts from him about the players during the broadcast, which, as you know, I always enjoy.
Yeah, I saw Rafa at the final as well. I think one of his ex-teammates in Chattanooga, I think, was on the winning team, Bumpy Pitch. So he was here repping. I think his little baby was here with his wife as well. So he dragged the whole family here. But that's TST for you, whole family event.
Nice. Birmingham dealing with a little bit of pressure there from Alcock, who played at North Carolina. Birmingham Legion. Boy, they can move it 50 yards in a flash, you know, even if they start on one side and move it to the other.
Yeah, they've definitely got some weapons going forward, and you've seen some of the combination play early, but some of the other times, Dean, I think 3 or 4 times already in this game, they can be really, really sloppy and really casual in possession, which I think drives head coach Mark Briggs bonkers pretty much. It's that consistency.
Jake Jake McGuire, little sweeper keeper action. 15 yards on top of the 18. Olex Anderson Jr. shoulder to shoulder. It'll stay with North Carolina FC. USL on ESPN2. You can watch July 18 as Eastern Conference rivals battle it out on the field. Detroit City FC takes on Pittsburgh in a fight to grab points and move up the standings. That's Friday, July 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Here on ESPN Plus, no score, 10 minutes in, North Carolina FC, Birmingham Legion FC. Here comes the long throw of Mikey Maldonado. Line drive toss headed first by Birmingham. Maldonado trying to pin Birmingham in. Taken back by North Carolina FC. Rafa with a perfectly timed sliding tackle, then gets up. Wow, what a tackle. Let's go ahead and rack that. I feel like Ian Lang might be on top of that tackle. That was first class. That's all ball.
Yeah, Rafa fully committed as always. That's a perfect slide tackle. And then as soon as he wins it, the fans want to see it going the other way as well. Two-way player, Rafa Mensingen. I'm surprised to see, Dean, he hasn't got an assist this season, which for me is really surprising for Rafa. I don't think either wing-back in Burner or Mensingen have an assist, so, but they've got goals from 12 different players, so they've got the depth, and Rafa's chipped in with a couple himself. So
most of the assists have come from this man, Mikey Maldonado, second in the league. Burner! Hit his own player. I think it was Colin Martin. One bounce. Wow, Burner had a good look at that as Martin's still down.
Ball drops to Burner, gets good contact. I think it just takes the wind out of Colin Martin there. It deflects into him. And then a little bit of an awkward one for Delgado to gather there. Yeah, just getting his breath back. But just kind of putting an exclamation point on those set pieces, Dean, and giving credit to assistant coach Mike McGinty. 7 of the 19 goals that North Carolina have scored have come from set pieces, those throw-ins, those corners. It's a credit to him. I think I was critical earlier on in John Bradford's reign with some of the deliveries and floated balls into the box. It just didn't seem to generate the output that this team needed. And now the scouting, the work they're doing on the training ground, and the deliveries of Maldonado and the likes of Perez, just really reaping its rewards at the moment.
Hearing the wisdom of Andrew Tate. D. Linky with you. 13 minutes in, no score. North Carolina FC, Birmingham Legion FC. Last time out, North Carolina FC lost a tough one on Sunday to Charleston 1-0. Here's Rafa again, having an MVP start to this game. And then the whistle and the foul. NCFC surrendered a goal in the 40th minute against the Battery, and that was it. Birmingham Legion had 2 games last week. On Saturday, they had a 1-1 draw at Rhode Island. They also lost a point at home on July 2nd with a 0-0 draw versus Charleston. Goalkeeper Matt Van Oko had 5 saves and got his 50th career clean sheet in that game. "14 minutes in. Off the head of Craig. Villabella gets it to Olex Anderson Jr. Needs to put a little shine on that Golex name. Needs to put some in the back of the net.
Yeah, sitting on 1 goal with a number of other North Carolina players. Just hasn't really been firing on all cylinders. But I mean, it's a real positive, I think, for John Bradford when your number 9 is Your number 9 has not really hit the heights that you'd expect, but yet you're sitting in 4th place and feeling that there's a lot of room for growth. And obviously with 6 of the next 7 at home, big opportunities to try and really get some points in the bag and continue to impress.
This is the 10th all-time meeting between these two teams. NCFC leads the series, 4 wins, 3 defeats, and 2 draws. 3 of the 4 wins came during the 2020 COVID season. Birmingham won the lone playoff matchup back in 2019. Last year, a 1-1 draw in Cary and a 3-2 win at Birmingham. Ezra Armstrong with a brace and Olex Anderson with a goal in that game at Birmingham. There we go. We see it again, this transition for Birmingham Legion. And there's the pace of Washington protecting Jake McGuire.
Yeah, it's good play from Birmingham. For a moment there, North Carolina pressing in a pack and felt they had a chance to try and nick the ball, but then just like that, the Legion play through them and are going the other way. Just that final ball. So Ronaldo Damas always going to favour Bryce Washington and those long legs. We talked about his athleticism, his pace, ability to cover that space in behind, so key. And he's keeping the likes of Connor Donovan out right now, Dean, which Mark Briggs will know really well from his time at Sacramento Republic, one of the most respected veteran defenders in the league. But that's credit to Bryce Washington and what he brings to that back line.
Yeah, Bryce has kind of cemented that central position. He has played both the right side and the left side, but when they made that switch originally last year when they started it, it was Paco Craig, and Paco actually went to the coach and said he preferred the right side.
Yeah, they've got real competition for places in that back line now. The emergence of Finn Sundstrom and Tristan Hodge not available today, but Justin Malou and Paco Craig, Connor Donovan. There's a real plethora of quality players for John Bradford to try and pick from each week.
Here is Sundstrom, the new hairdo, going with the buzz cut.
Does it make him look more mean and fierce, Dean? What do you think?
I kind of like it.
Skinhead?
Yeah, I kind of like it. I mean, we were talking about how good he's been. There's this one. Stays in bounds. Great hustle by Birmingham Legion. Bryce Washington cleaned it up. But back to Sundstrom. He's just been outstanding.
Absolutely. And I think the more he continues to play like he is, obviously got his first assist over at Rhode Island and then got his first goal last time out here against Lou City in a 2-1 victory. I know there's a lot of scouts starting to watch him and talk about him, and I know UNC's committed there. He'll go there in January, so he's going to finish out this year and see what happens there. But as long as he continues to perform like he is, there'll be a lot of interest for him not to go to college. It'll be down to him to make the decision that works out in his favor.
Enzo Martinez with a decent touch to keep it alive. Danny Trejo will drop it back. Temi Areku with a touch a little bit earlier. Trejo, and then tangled up there is Moses Mensah. Played all the way back through Jake Roof. A touch to Lazo. Birmingham Legion, founded in 2017, and began playing USL Championship in the 2019 season. The president GM is a name recognizable around here and actually probably everywhere. Jay Heaps, former Mac Hermann Trophy winner, player at Duke from 95 to 98, won that Mac Hermann Trophy in 98. That shot a little bit long.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials and more. Select, the player's choice.
It's not too late to purchase your NCFC mini ticket plan. Receive the maximum value by saving up to 25% off individual tickets this season. You'll also grant priority access to postseason tickets. Visit tickets.northcarolinafc.com for more information. So I'm a little torn, Andrew. I'm obviously always excited about the playoffs, but at the same point, I don't ever like the season to end.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I know on USL All Access, Devon Kerr, Mike Watts, they were just, I think they've been sleeping on North Carolina for a while, but, you know, with their performances, beating Lou City here, beating Charleston Battery here, you know, they're starting to show their pedigree. Real difficult team to play against, and they were just talking about, you know, how no one would want to play North Carolina in the playoffs, and they could be a big bogey team for a lot of folks. So, I don't think John Bradford wants people talking about his team. I think he'd rather fly under the radar and just continue to do the business, but the more they continue to perform, it's only natural.
Rafa. Too late to get to it was Martin. Throw in for Mensah. What a busy last 60 days it's been for soccer in this country. The Gold Cup, the Club World Cup, the TST, the U.S. Women playing so many new players. I love what Emma Hayes is doing, making the future super, super bright. Now you got the UEFA Women's Championships going on across the pond. I'm pretty sure England won again, right? Like
we rebounded well after losing to France. We beat Netherlands really convincingly. So now got to finish off Wales to advance out of the group. Who knows? Maybe the Netherlands will do us a favour.
Maldonado. It's Rafa. Somehow kept alive. Transition on again. Played into space. This is trouble here. And so close. Trying to bend it in there was Damas. Renato Damas.
Yeah, just like that, they turn defence into attack. It's Danny Trejo constantly looking up to see where Damas is and just slips it between Washington and Craig. And then Damas opens his hips up just a little too much. The shape on the ball just wasn't quite there to find that far post. You can see there, it's a good 5-6 yards wide. And a real golden opportunity for the visitors. You see Lazo going down for the Legion. He'll get treatment.
23 minutes in. And this will kind of serve as a mini hydration break here.
It is a steamy one here tonight, Dean. I feel like you've adapted better to it than me today. It must be that pink shirt.
No score. A little bit of a break here. So we'll get you caught up on some of the sponsors for USL, including SeatGeek. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Also do a promo. We mentioned the North Carolina Courage also falling under the family of North Carolina FC. Join us for the best of NC night on Saturday, August 2nd, as North Carolina Courage takes on the San Diego Wave at 7:30. Claim your tickets now at tickets.nccourage.com. It's some crazy weather, of course, in different parts of the world. Of course, our deepest hearts and thoughts go to all those people in Texas with their floods, but some flooding around North Carolina as well. Craig. Also still waiting to get back on.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Frustration for head coach Mark Briggs there. It is a funny one when players go off injured and they have to wait for the approval of the referee to let them come on the field. I never quite understand what it is that determines whether they can come back on or when it is. That's the frustration for Mark Briggs there. But Lazo's back on, back in the action. This game got a little bit scrappy for North Carolina at the moment. Just lost that fluency and rhythm that they had in the opening 10 minutes, and it's the Legion that have started to grasp the game a little bit. They'll be a lot more happier with the way things are going.
The Legion send it forward. Leg stays down. It's pretty tight. Oh! Sundstrom accidentally played it back to McGuire, so legal for McGuire to go ahead and use his feet. Legal, that is. I think that's what I said. Dolabella. I've asked you this before, but I need a reminder. In your mind, what's the best position for number 8, Dolabella?
Oof. I mean, I think the role he does for North Carolina at the moment is so vital. I look back to that last game against Lou City, giving them that out ball, just being able to go direct up to his head. You know, I've seen him playing a 2 for Union Omaha in the middle of midfield, and he can do that. But I think what he does here for John Bradford is incredibly valuable. He does a lot of work off the ball defensively, and then gives you that option to go a little bit longer, a little bit more direct. Whereas Olex Anderson's looking for that ball in behind. Dolabella gives you that different option, different perspective.
Dolabella on it now. Dolabella will find Sundstrom. Sundstrom. Now Burner. Martin will bring it back to Jake McGuire. Minute 28, no score, USL Championship action. North Carolina FC, Birmingham Legion FC. Dolabella to Mikey Maldonado. Cock over on the left. In front of him was Burner. Dolabella. Rafa stays with it. Rafa has looked good here. Martin back to Maldonado. Now all the way to Cock. Headed out of there. Ahmad Cock, local player, played for the Tar Heels, which is where Sundstrom is scheduled to go, but a lot of pundits, smart people, think the wise decision based on how he's played might be to go pro.
Yeah, I think if he continues to play like he is, he'll have a big decision to make, but he's got a good family around him and good head on his shoulders. Just a couple of weeks ago, Dean, he was playing with the under-19 academy at regional, so, you know, good opportunity there. He still makes himself available. I spoke to Daniel Saletti, went in there and played with them and played centre-back with them, and, you know, some people like that when they played in the first team and then they go down and play with the under-19s, could act like they're big time and above it, and no airs of graces about him. He was slotted back in just like he's been with them most of his youth career.
I was out in Seattle calling the U19 championship, was hoping to see them in that. They had a couple teams go through to Richmond, I'm pretty sure. A couple age groups, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 even.
Yeah, I think it's 2 or 3. Credit to those boys and the great work that the academy does.
Birmingham Legion inside the 18. That's Rafa defending and does enough to give it back to Jake McGuire and North Carolina FC.
Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app.
All right, so the earlier injury to Lazo served as an extra water break. This is the official water break, which will mean the town property's added time will increase. We'll have to see how that unfolds as we make our guesses.
We'll have to get my tally chart out, Dean, start adding some lines to it.
We take that pretty serious, don't we?
We do. We should track that over the course of the season, Dean. We should have a leaderboard, I think.
We should.
I think you'd be just ahead of me.
I'm not sure about that. Now, if we're talking NCFC youth golf tournaments,
just ahead of me. Yeah. I was talking with John Bradford about this game, Dean, and I think everything on paper with both teams, I think I've only scored 3 or 4 goals in the last 5 games, so everything kind of pointed itself to a tight nip and tuck 0-0, 1-0 type of game. But I joked with him, I said, I'm the type of guy that I like to go, all bets are off, we're going for a 7-goal, 4-3 thriller. He said, I'll take the 4, but I won't be happy with the 3. So
that's good stuff.
Yeah. I think John Bradford's got a little mini vacation planned. His daughter's playing in a tournament down in Orlando, in a futsal tournament. So the family, I think, are going to take a little mini break after this. So the life of a head coach, it won't be as great a mini break if it goes into that off the back of a defeat here or a disappointing result. So same for Mark Briggs back in North Carolina, familiar territory for him, and he's looking to get those 3 points because Birmingham just hovering below that playoff line. I know John Bradford fancies them to get into the 8 by the end of the season. The respect he has for Mark Briggs and the constant punching above the weight that he gets out of his squads every season. Join us back here next Friday, July 18th, as NCFC kicks off against Indy 11 at 7:30 p.m. Plan to arrive early to catch the local Mexican luchadores wrestle in FanFest, starting at 6 p.m. Visit tickets.northcarolinafc.com to grab your tickets today.
Minute 33, still 0-0. North Carolina FC, Birmingham Legion FC. USL Championship action on ESPN+. The pressure coming from Olex Anderson Jr. Nato sends it long. Paco Craig, pretty good header to Maldonado. That'll be an interesting battle here, Maldonado and Martinez, as Maldonado is somebody that maybe Enzo Martinez will give it at least a bit of a thought on coming in hard.
Yeah, neither one of them take any prisoners, do they? Not shy of sharing their opinions on decisions, and big characters in the game for sure.
Rafa.
Here, Mark Briggs, I think they're listeners at home, just in his players' ear, really asking them to press. He prides himself on his team being nasty and horrible to play against when they don't have the ball. And we've certainly seen that in recent weeks, just the tightening up defensively. Had a 0-0 draw at home to Charleston. Last weekend, a 1-1 draw on the road at Rhode Island after a quick turnaround. Just make it difficult.
Sticking with Birmingham Legion, told you about Jay Heaps being their president and GM. This club made the playoffs in their first 5 years of existence. They finished 9th in 2024 and 3 points behind NCFC for the last spot. Mark Briggs taking over on April 30th, replacing Tom Sohn. Tom Sohn managed 208 games in all competitions. Mark Briggs joined the Legion after that great run with Sacramento. As I mentioned, time with Real Monarchs, and here in the state of North Carolina with the Wilmington Hammerheads. Key players, Renato Damas, who had a good opportunity earlier, leads the team with 7 goals. Tyler Pasher leads the team in chances. And then Matt Van Okel getting I think a rare day off.
Mark Briggs has been fancying Delgado more recently. Delgado started on the road at Rhode Island. Matt Van Okel was in goal against Charleston, I believe. So I think in certain games where he feels they're going to be under the cosh and get peppered, he tends to go with the tried and tested veteran. And Matt Van Okel certainly had a good game against the Battery, preserving that clean sheet. But he's got competition. I think that's what Mark Briggs will probably want the most, is just that competition, that intensity in training. Doesn't want anyone to feel comfortable and happy with their role in the team. He'll want them to be constantly giving that little bit extra as they go in search of getting above that playoff line.
Andrew, I've been wrong before, but I feel like of late North Carolina FC has scored some early goals. Here's Rafa Menzigen, no goals so far. When they do score first, they're 7-1-1, which is a pretty good stat.
Yeah. And with Birmingham not being great in front of goal, you kind of feel that it could be a 1-goal game today. So a good chance to increase that stat a little bit more. It's just a moment. I feel it's a moment of quality or a mistake that's going to unlock the door today. Birmingham's really tight.
Yep, sorry, Andrew. Birmingham's only scored the first goal in 4 games where they're 1-2-1. And they concede the first, they're 2-5-4. And they've not been too great on the road overall. Regardless of who scores first, they're 1-3-3.
I think that's something that Mark Briggs has been trying to rectify, is the way they've started games has been really poor. If you start games poorly, you tend to fall behind and then you dig yourself a hole. But so far they've gone blow for blow with North Carolina. Probably had the better chances, really, when you think about Damas's chance in this first half.
Long throw in, picked up by Delgado. Birmingham wins it back. They switch it again. It's almost automatic. Falls at the feet of A.J. Patterson. Middle of the field, long pass from Lazo. In for Trejo, back across. McGuire is in no man's land, dropped. McGuire still in no man's land. Enzo Martinez denied by Maldonado. Wow. North Carolina FC lucky there to survive the scoring threat.
Yep. You just thought when it fell to Martinez after all the drinking that it was going to end up in the back of the net. I think it was clearly on.
Back in the hands of McGuire. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Lex Anderson Jr. trying to find a little bit more of the game, and North Carolina FC needs that. Here's Rafa. Rafa doing pretty much what he wants, turning players into cones, and almost scored. Nifty little move and a really good shot.
Yeah, just a few moments before that, Dean Mark Briggs was really upset with Moses Mensah because he'd won possession and then he gave it away really cheaply, and they almost got punished there. As Rafa doing what he does best, just coming in off that right flank as a former winger. operating as a wing back, he really gives you a lot going forward in those areas, and that one just trickling past that far left post.
Minute 40. Foul called against Birmingham. Mikey Maldonado quickly finds Rafa. Dolabella. And how about North Carolina FC?
Not sure about that, Dan, Steve.
Well taken.
Absolutely. And that's Rafa Mensingen's first assist of the season. It's such a great weighted pass. You can see Dolabella. He just peels off the shoulder. Watch Dolabella there, just off the shoulder of Patterson. Just drops and then checks in behind him. And then the finish is exquisite. Sits Delgado down and just lifts it over him. Delicate touch from the big man. And I was just thinking, Dean, it was right before half-time that North Carolina scored against Lou City last time out here. And once again, they've done it right in that 5-minute period before half-time. Big goal. And that really will frustrate the visitors' head coach and Mark Briggs, because they've had some tremendous looks at the goal and they find themselves trailing by a goal to nil.
Dolabella. Good little dance. What I'm impressed with is Rafa being able to join in kind of midway through it and find the rim. Look at that. He's there for it. maybe.
What is it, Dean? What is it? What is the theme?
No idea. I'm old.
Yeah, me too. I'm right there with you. Some Brazilian flair.
So 1-0. A little bit of how about North Carolina FC here at First Horizon Stadium, WakeMed Soccer Park, where this team has been so good. Four 1-1 at home. That good here at First Horizon Stadium. Enzo Martinez, whether his knees are on the ground or he's standing up, his mouth is moving.
I can't hear, man. There's so much noise.
One bounce, offside flag. We say hello to our good friend up in the Maryland area, Michael Tesla. That's right, his last name is Tesla. Always tunes in to North Carolina FC matches, and always like hearing from him. Joe Ferrara producing. Brian Lutz, Ian Lang, Ryan Moeller, Tanner King, Bobby Welch, Brian Ware, Noah Seidenberg. I have not seen the tallest man in the universe, but I guess he's here. Mark Dry. Might need Joe to whisper in my ear where he is. It might be him in the end zone with the umbrella on his head. Hello, Mark Dry. Got away from him. My day's complete.
I love that hat. He's got like a little umbrella hat on as well. He looks really cute over there.
Kyle Lang's operation behind it, as well as Emily Hunter Valencia, Holly Whitening. (1-0) North Carolina FC. Dolabella with the pressure and with the only goal so far. Getting it by this man, Delgado. Olex Anderson Jr. sliding. Sundstrom had it for a second. Enzo Martinez, great tackle. What a play. Those are the little kind of plays that he makes all the time, and almost led to the equalizer. And for me, when you make plays like that, you deserve to be on the field. I don't care how old you are. He continues to get it done.
Absolutely. And just like that, from Sundstrom mopping up, Enzo Martinez cuts out that Paco Craig pass and go from defending to attacking. And Trejo probably should have done better with that. It was straight down the throat of Jake Maguire. Oh.
Enzo Martinez right in front for the equalizer, and it's in. The tie is there. Wow. Just a little bit of sloppiness, and Birmingham Legion. Damas has made it 1-1.
Right on half-time. Absolute sickener for North Carolina. Jake Maguire just dawdles on the ball. Damas is absolutely flying after him. Pasha has a go. Blocked by Martin. Then Martinez with a really cute cut back inside to Damas. And the number 9, 7 yards out. It's not going to miss from there. Fantastic composure and play from Enzo Martinez. And I think I think Birmingham Legion deserve that equaliser, Dean.
Meanwhile, somebody up here said 7 minutes of added time, and the fourth official has just registered that there will be a minimum of 7 minutes of added time.
You can just say you said it, Dean. You don't need to say someone. You must. I'll pat you on the back.
Thank you. Yeah, I still seek that red carpet. You know. 1-1. Here we go. Well, they're showing the replay on the big screen.
Yeah, Jake Maguire won't want to see that again. Just got to put his foot through the ball and instead invites pressure from Damas, and just like that, a great goal is erased by a mistake. And that will get their tails up.
No, Andrew, for me though, plays like Enzo Martinez made literally 60 seconds before they won it back, I just think our key plays momentum-wise.
Absolutely, and that's where North Carolina, you got to recognize that you don't want to give them an inch, and playing out in that moment at that time, just that will drive Coach Bradford absolutely bonkers, because there's no need for them. They've done the hard bit to get themselves in front. They don't need to be playing square balls across the back with your goalkeeper out of the net. Just manage the game. Well, like I said, I think Birmingham didn't deserve to be behind. They've had some really good chances. They've competed well. Game on.
Game on indeed. 7 minutes of added time here in the first half. Lazo went down what we thought was a pretty good time for a hydration break, but it was scheduled at the 30-minute mark, so they had 2 of them. That makes up most of, or not all, the 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's just been a bit bitty as well. Just referee giving free kicks, and then we've had conversations, and just been a bit slow this first half. Hopefully, the second half with the introduction of some fresh legs and energy, we'll see a bit more pace and fluidity to the game. Just haven't seen a lot of the players like Alcac or Anderson, and
no, we have not.
Really quiet.
This player right here, Rafa, has not been quiet. He'll have the assist. You're asking for assist from him, and he gave you one.
Exactly.
But Birmingham has equalized, so as you mentioned, brand new game here. Once again, they push it long to Damas, player on loan. Joe Labella. Goal with the assist from this man, Rafa. Paco Craig, now Martin. Cock has Just not found a ton of freedom over there on the left side. Olex Anderson Jr. Good pass back into Dolabella. Enzo Martinez there to clean it up. Then makes a good pass as well. Off the back of Paco Craig.
I think Trejo's a bit lucky there if he gets away with that. I think if he was playing the ball, he would have done something different with it. His toe poked it away. The referee's going to give him the benefit of the doubt, though. It's a good battle between him and Paco Craig. There's that pass. If it could have been better executed, Paco Craig would have been in trouble, because I think Trejo would have him for pace.
1-1. Martin over to Maldonado. Maldonado, far side. Flag is up, offside. USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Sundstrom out of the air to Burner. We have played 6 of the 7 minutes of added time. Another great run on the far side. Rafa, Sundstrom, Dolabella. Elcock, now Olex Anderson Jr. Olex Anderson Jr. The extra gear on top of a gear. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Last opportunity here for a goal right on half time. Maldonado in swing and delivery. That's what you want to see from Olex Anderson Jr. driving at that back line and asking a question with a ball into that 6-yard box.
Showing fans dancing. Right now, I'm going to go with the Dolabella Rafa dance as the best of the night. This one sent across. Great trap from Maldonado. Not the best service, though, as Olex Anderson Jr. running into the LED boards. Not too much time before we take a break and come back. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedules for both teams, the news and notes of USL, the standings, games this weekend, team of the week, and so much more. So stay with us at halftime here on ESPN Plus from WakeMed Soccer Park, First Horizon Stadium in Cary, North Carolina, just outside the state capital of North Carolina, Raleigh. Bryce Washington. That is the whistle. Quick thought on the first half.
Just as expected, Dean. Really tight, competitive affair, and it's going to come down to, I think, the subs in the second half and which coach can make that tweak that's going to unlock the game for them. But really tight, competitive match.
Halftime score: North Carolina FC 1, Birmingham Legion FC 1. Stay with us on ESPN Plus.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
It's tough these days to find healthy and fast, but at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa. With sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew!
Halftime in Cary, North Carolina. First Horizon Stadium, WakeMed Soccer Park, 1-1. North Carolina FC with the first goal, the equalizer coming from Birmingham Legion. With the great Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke. Your thoughts on the first 45?
Just really what I expected, Dean. Two really competitive teams with good back lines. There was a moment of quality for North Carolina and then a mistake that led to Birmingham Legion, but I expect more in the second half. Just really competitive, 100% effort from both teams.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for both teams. As we mentioned earlier, we're at the half point, so every game added importance.
Yeah, for North Carolina, they've got that Louisville game sandwiched with two home games either side, Indy 11 and Loudoun, and then Tampa and Detroit. So all Eastern Conference matchups, and for North Carolina, 4 of those 5 at home. Just really, really important that they get those, they keep this home run going.
Take a look at the upcoming schedule for Birmingham Legion FC.
Similar story for them as well. Look at that. They've got their 2 home games against Colorado and Ford Madison, trip to Phoenix, and then back home to play Hartford and Pittsburgh. So just like North Carolina, opportunity to really propel themselves up the league, and for Birmingham, get themselves above that playoff line.
If you missed the open, we'll show you the stick in.
3rd spot, which would be nice for them to be staring at Charleston and Louisville. For Birmingham, that new manager bounce hasn't really kicked in for head coach Mark Briggs yet, but they are a more competitive outfit, and I know John Bradford feels that they will be in that top 8 come the end of the season.
Yeah, they started poorly, losing their first 5, so they're starting to make a little bit of headway. Remember, the top 8 make the playoffs. All right, it's halftime in Cary, North Carolina. North Carolina FC 1, Birmingham Legion FC 1. We'll be back to take a look around USL Championship after a short break.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off take a load for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
The box, keeper's out, he scores!
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
Week 19 of USL Championship play is upon us, and USL All Access welcomes Monterey Bay head coach Jordan Stewart to the show. He discusses how he rebuilt the entire roster in one off-season. What does the legend Didier Drogba have to say about it? Loudoun United's golden child, Abdulatif Abukora, talks, should he be considered the Young Player of the Year? And do we think that he will finish as the Golden Ball winner? CBS Sports Network previews and more.
Halftime in Cary, North Carolina. Young and old always having a good time here at WakeMed Soccer Park. USL Championship halfway through the season. Friday night game, a whole bunch of games this weekend. Let's take a look at the games around USL Championship, Mr. Tate.
Yeah, big one tonight. Later on, we've got Monterey Bay in the West taking on Orange County. That's on ESPN2. Indy takes on Rhode Island, 7th versus 9th in the East. And then New Mexico, Charleston, possibly the game of the week, with 1st in the West playing 2nd in the East. And then Pittsburgh and Loudoun, 5th versus 3rd in the East on Sunday. CBS Sports Network, another national TV game.
All right, good stuff. Take a look at the news and notes.
Yeah, the Rowdies hiring Omaha's Dominic Cassiato. He won the 2024 USL League One title and the double with the regular season and the title. Is the 2-time USL League One Coach of the Year and Player Shield winner, and had a great record there. Louisville City clean up in the June honors with Player of the Month Philip Goodrum and Coach of the Month Danny Cruz. And then a unique victory for the Roots. They defeated Detroit 2-0 on one shot on target and an own goal. Had an XG of 0.09. That's the lowest on record in the USL Championship. So Benny Feilhaber getting it done.
Yep, well said. A digital docu-series celebrating the vibrant supporter culture in the USL today is getting ready. All episodes can be found on youtube.com/USL under USL Limited Series The Experience. Let's take a look.
We want to be the loudest people around. We want you to hear where we are at.
Oh, let it go!
No one thought we would do what we did against Louisville.
We were hot, we were clicking, we were scoring goals.
Even after the whistle blew and they were champions, forget about it. Raise your scarves. We kept playing.
I don't think I've heard a louder scream from a group of people than we did that night.
That's the important thing about this group. They never stop loving their team.
It's tough these days to find healthy and fast, but at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa, with sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
Halftime, WakeMed Soccer Park, we're tied at 1. USL Championship action, North Carolina FC, Birmingham Legion FC. With the great Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke, and Andrew, let's go to work and show everybody the first half highlights.
It's Birmingham Legion here. Danny Trejo was a constant threat in that first half, finding Ronaldo Damas, who was weaving, sets it back here to Enzo Martinez, showing his quality touches but not able to find the finish. And as we look through these highlights, it was Birmingham Legion who did have the better of the opportunities in the first half, threatening that back line. But here Rafa Mensingen, who had a really good positive first half, coming in off that right-hand flank onto his weaker left foot, but almost finding that upright, just drifting past that far post. Dolabella not able to get that all-important touch. But here's the magic moment of the first half for the home team. Mensingen just slips it in behind. Great movement from Dolabella, and the finish is even better. We don't have time for it. But then this is the real horror moment for North Carolina. Jake Maguire dallying on the ball. They try to survive, fend off the threat, but it's Enzo Martinez's quality that finds Damas. One touch and then a finish. And just like that, it's 1-1 at the half. Punishing the mistake from the home team. I think it was nothing less than they deserved, Birmingham Legion, in that first half. You'll see, had a few more of the shots, one more shot on target, possession very even. North Carolina with more set-piece opportunities, but Birmingham maybe a little bit more of a threat in behind and causing some questions for John Bradford at half-time.
Back out there in their blue uniforms, North Carolina FC. Take a look at the huddle for Birmingham Legion FC. There's Rafa Mensingen. For me, the man of the match in the first half for the home side.
I think he's been one of the best players all season, Dean. Just his consistency and what he does, both sides of the ball. He just constant, I think 8 out of 10 every week, Rafa Mensingen. Look at that smile. He's loving life at the moment. New father. That Brazilian connection, him and Dolabella down the right, really coming into fruition in that first half. Young Delgado in goal for Birmingham Legion. Showed some good touches under pressure in the first half. Just 18 years of age. Incredible confidence. It's not often you see goalkeepers of that age. We saw young Nick Holliday here a few years ago. But as a head coach, to put that confidence in a young man speaks to the quality that he has and the potential as a player.
So here we go. Ready to start the second half, waiting for the whistle from Thomas Snyder, the man in the middle. Your ARs, Jeremy Smith and Colin Ashley. Nicholas Strednak, your fourth official. Second half underway. Birmingham Legion FC and North Carolina FC. 1-1. Played back to Jake Roof. So Burner now right below us here from our broadcast position. Dolabella pushed. Maldonado. Dolabella still down. They'll play on. Enzo Martinez. Fair play. Olex Anderson Jr. Mikey Maldonado. Rare turnover from Rafa. Sundstrom. Bring it back to Bryce Washington. Now Paco Craig. You know John Bradford pretty well, Andrew Tate. What do you think he said to the boys?
I don't think he'd be very happy with some of the play at times, especially that moment after they got the goal. But he'll be wanting more from them going forward. And like I said, it was a really quiet half from Alcac and Anderson. And straight away, just seeing Anderson drifting out to that right-hand side, getting a little bit closer to Rafa Mensingen. So there'll be some tweaks. But he'll want a better performance in the second half for sure. Not quite hitting the standards in that first. Oh, Enzo Martinez getting a yellow card, team. There's your bingo card. He's got an assist, a yellow card. I think he talked himself into that one there.
He's almost begging for a red. He needs to step down.
Seeing the replay there. I don't know if it was the foul on Anderson or the handball on Martinez. Still talking now.
A yellow card has been assessed to Birmingham, number 19, Enzo Martinez, in the 48th minute.
Seen a magical moment from Mikey Maldonado on one free kick this season. Dean, can we see it on another one?
Taking some time getting this wall set up. Waiting for the whistle. Mikey Maldonado into the wall. Corner kick. No, they'll say off of a North Carolina FC player and out of bounds. It'll come back to Birmingham Legion FC with this game tied 1-1, 50th minute.
It was such a good wall. It hit one of the blue bricks in there, Dean.
It did hit a blue brick. Washington neatly trapped by Enzo Martinez. An angled ball trying to find Damas. Enzo Martinez. He's got to be careful sitting on that yellow. Ooh. Might have another yellow here. Rafa taken out over on the far side. Will lead to a yellow card. So a couple quick yellows here for Birmingham Legion FC, Andrew.
Yeah, Rafa's in some pain. You see he just slows down, draws the player in, then goes to turn on the afterburners. That's a yellow card all day.
I'd say he was not close to the ball there.
See.
A yellow card has been
Mark Briggs there.
to Birmingham, number 13, Jake Roof, in the 50th minute.
Jake Roof with the yellow card.
I think we're at 7 minutes stoppage time already, Dean.
It's not too late to purchase your NCFC mini ticket plan. Receive the maximum value by saving up to 25% off individual tickets this season. You will also be granted priority access to postseason tickets. Visit tickets.northcarolinafc.com for more information. interesting that the player did not have to come off after the trainer came out there. Maldonado. Oh, off the near stick as it would be. Flag was up anyway. Great effort from North Carolina FC.
You see it again. Great shape on the ball from Maldonado. There's Paco Craig just guiding it back to across the goal. Can't quite see who the offside flag was on, but either way, it wouldn't have counted and didn't find the back of the net. So
I think it was Olex. He had a front row seat to the ball going off the post. Cock comes in hard. All right, I asked you about John Bradford. How about Coach Briggs, his message in your mind to his team at the half?
Be more clinical. That's one thing he's talked about during his tenure with the Legion, is they created chances. They created some big chances on the road at Rhode Island, and when these chances come, they have to have that composure and they have to take them and get their noses in front. They fell behind again, Dean, which you talked about. That stat for them, not great, but the response was good good towards the end of the first half. But I think for me, they've just got to get that ball in that attacking third, not be sloppy, and at times they are in possession. Can they get the ball into the attacking players and ask questions of that back line for North Carolina?
Middle of the park. Quick switch. Trying to find Turnbull. There's Enzo Martinez with another great effort to win the ball. I'd still pick him. Enzo Martinez.
Absolutely. I know, talking to John Bradford, he spoke about just the influence he has, and he's annoying to play against. And sometimes I look at players like him, and I think I look at a small stature, and he's playing in the middle of midfield in a 2 with Lazo. Obviously, Lazo can cover a lot of ground, but he gets about the park. Martinez, he does his job. And then he's got the quality to find that final pass, as we saw in that first half when he twinkled toes and found Damas for the equalizer.
Chelsea or PSG in the Club World Cup final? Who you got, Mr. Andrew King?
PSG all day, Dean. PSG. 5-0.
They've been dominant, huh?
Yeah, I think when Chelsea's back line gets exposed, they'll be pretty straightforward, I think. Unfortunately for our good friend Brian Ware, it'll be very straightforward. It'll be like a Wimbledon set. It'll be like 6-love and out, you know?
Sorry, Brian.
Fans, it's time to get up.
But full credit to Chelsea. I don't think anyone expected them to go this far. I think the hard part for the teams competing in the Club World Cup, especially European teams, will be when do they take their break and how do they prepare now? How do they do a pre-season now? Because they've sort of done an end-of-season tournament and now they've got to rest, and then how do you prepare for the start of the season? So I'm not complaining as a Liverpool fan. I was happy to see Chelsea and Manchester City stay out here as long as possible.
Well said. Maldonado. Pretty good ball. Burner. Ooh, numbers are good here. It's 4v2 at the moment. 4v2. Pasher, who can fly. Pasher waiting to drop it. Does it perfectly. Yes. What a great transition there. And going the other way and in. Led by Pasher. The finish for Birmingham Legion. Pasher, what a job he did to make the run, then wait for the defender, waited till just the right moment, and then dropped it off.
Yeah, it was looking like a great opportunity for North Carolina, but the reaction's not there. You see here, there's the numbers flying forward for Birmingham Legion, and Tyler Pasher, great patience and composure, just waits and waits, draws Rafa to the ball, feeds it to Trejo, great touch from him. You kind of want Jake Maguire to stay up a little bit bigger there. He slides down and Trejo does the right thing, just lifts it over him. And I think that's the first foray into the attacking third for Birmingham Legion in this second half. We played the best part of 11 minutes, and the first foray ends up in a goal. 2-1 Birmingham lead after trailing by a goal to nil. Great response from Mark Briggs' men.
Tyler Pasher, who has been really good for a really long time. 4 versus 2, and you've got him driving the car.
Yeah. Safe pair of hands behind the wheel, Dean.
Safe pair of hands indeed. Waited to the perfect moment. A lot of players, they just don't do that. He did it perfectly.
Yeah, he put it on the plate, and then, as I talked about, got to be clinical, and Trejo was. His first touch, just Drew Maguire teased him in, and then the finish was exquisite, just like Dolabella's in the first half. Here we go.
Oleksiy intercept! No! Deflected. Corner kick. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Colin Mine, great turn here, and what a pass this is. Just threads it through the eye of a needle. Alex Anderson has to wait a little bit. If you're a little bit critical of Mane, he could have had a little bit more pace on it, just a touch, but it gives Ruth the chance. Full credit to the defender, though. Does everything he can to get back and get a touch on that ball. Otherwise, you'd like to think it was 2-2. Game opening up, though, Dean.
Wide open. 58th minute, 2-1 Birmingham. With a second half goal to take the lead, coming from behind, as Andrew just mentioned. All game long, the transition for Birmingham Legion has been pretty good.
Clumsy challenge from Colin Martin. I think the referee given the yellow card there, I think based on a couple of other infringements maybe in the first half.
A yellow card has been assessed.
Bit of frustration from Colin Martin there. Now he's got to walk the fine line like a few Birmingham Legion players sitting on the yellow.
Off the head of Craig. Taken away by Enzo Martinez. Enzo. A little bit behind Pasher. Sent in, Burner couldn't get his body over the ball. That's the third shot for Burner.
Just watching Mark Briggs. Not happy with Danny Trejo tracking back there. Trejo saying, I've got Paco Craig here, but I think Briggs recognising the 2-1 up, wants his players tracking back to protect this goal lead that they've got right now.
Martinez,
what a touch.
Trejo, who's got what would be the game winner, a couple step overs. T. Shipolani is here, by the way, as is Capono Lowe and Graham Smith, meeting with the season ticket holders, 3 of the all-time greats. I've got, who do I got? I got Austin Deleuze, Capono Lowe, Nazbi Awadawi, and I feel like my fourth might be T. Shipolani. I may have said a different name before, Andrew.
Is this your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah. You might have tuned me out, which is understandable.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dean. Who's spreading this vicious rumour? The question is, has T. Shipolani got his shorts on the right way around, right? Wasn't that the thing you used to have back to front?
He wore them backwards, and his story to me was when he runs by him, the player's going to remember number 11. That's the number he wore, T. Shipolani. He's in the house with Capono Low, Graham Smith. Austin Deleuze now works for the club. In fact, in addition to be one of their leaders in marketing, is working a little bit more with Kerry Bowley, which I like to see his progression there.
Absolutely. A great mind for the game. It's always great to see veteran players coming back to their club and supporting the team.
Back up by Enzo Martinez. Birmingham Legion FC with the lead. That man Pasher, key part of it. Looks like it went out of bounds. The referee says play on as Damas stays with it. Trejo! Oh, Trejo still with it. Now Trejo, and he scores. Trejo's got a brace, and it's 3-1 as the wheels have fallen off for North Carolina FC, but rolling right now. Birmingham Legion FC with a 3-1 lead.
Wow, what a turnaround for the Legion. They were trailing 1-0 5 minutes before half-time, but Damas here sucks Washington in and then shows him a clean pair of heels. Washington looks like he's in second gear there. We know how fast he is, but then Trejo, you feel like he's lost the chance, but
now Trejo
makes the most of it eventually there. Little deflection. You can see, is the ball out? I think a part of it's hanging over the line there. Tough to tell from that angle.
The Birmingham Legion goal by number 7.
But full credit to Damas. Puts on a play for Trejo. Good patience from him. And that clinical nature. He's had 2 chances this second half and he's buried both of them to put his team on top. And you wonder when John Bradford's going to go to his bench.
He's got a lot of offensive weapons on the bench over there.
Just a real change in gear, I think, for the Legion second half team. They've just looked a lot sharper and ruthless going forward.
They got a lot of good players on this team. I mean, formidable names.
Yeah, I mean, just in the players they picked up in the off-season. I was really impressed with Turnbull last year for Rhode Island. He really impressed me here last season. And then Damas obviously winning the USL title with switchbacks, picking him up in the off-season. He was a real live wire all last season. You go and get those players on top of the players they already had in the likes of Pasha and Martinez. I'll tell you what, Mark Briggs is not going to sit down now for the next 25 minutes or so. He'll be on them. Wants them to be nasty and horrible. And they're certainly showing that in the second half.
I wouldn't be surprised if Louis Perez was one of the early picks, adding a little bit of gasoline to the offense for North Carolina FC.
My vote would be Evan Conway. He tries to work himself back to full fitness. Can you get him on? Give him a good 30 minutes here. Joint top scorer with Pedro. Well, not he's Pedro Dolabella now is the standalone top scorer with 4. But Evan Conway not far behind with 3. Oh, deflection.
So that'll be a corner kick off the shot from Rafa. Has made a lot happen on that right side for John Bradford's North Carolina FC team that now finds themselves giving up 3 unanswered. And the score is Birmingham Legion FC 3 as you take a look at that shot. I thought Delgado pulled his arms back, but they'll say deflection, corner kick.
All right, fans, it's time to get up, stop your feet, and make them feel the steel of this offensive corner kick.
Dolabella, that ball just flying through there. Another good ball in from Maldonado. Lands, you can see. Corner given again. Maldonado will come across to take it, but another good chance for Dolabella. And Dean, it's not off them both right, but Perez and Conway set to enter the fold here in the next minute or two.
Look forward to those two coming on. Here's Maldonado, spins one a little bit too deep, and it's going to spin all the way out of bounds as the subs getting the final word. Give me a chance to talk about the upcoming North Carolina Courage match. Join us for the best of NC night on Saturday, August 2nd, as the North Carolina Courage takes on San Diego Wave at 7:30 p.m. Claim your tickets now at tickets.nccourage.com. As you see Louis Perez and Evan Conway. You're right. We are right in rhythm on those two coming in.
Who's going out, though? I would imagine Ahmad Al-Kak. Not started too many games recently after being away with Palestine. Been away for 5 weeks. And then the question is it Colin Martin maybe? And for Perez, maybe Dolabella starts a little bit deeper. Or is it Alex Anderson's worst nightmare and he gets hooked with 20 minutes plus to go?
Maldonado will take the throw. Paco Craig going to come forward, look for a deflection. This is where Enzo starts the transition. That might have been part of the decision there for Michael to throw it short. Delgado gets a piece of it and then cleared. Bryce Washington wins the 50-50. Well done by Washington.
Still on from a 4-3, Dean. It's going to take a lot of work for North Carolina to turn this one round.
Wow, you pull that off, and we may put the King's chair up here for you. King Andrew. So Martin.
Substitution for NCFC.
That's who you called, those two, didn't you?
Yeah, I think that the obvious choice is Martin on that yellow card. I think Dolabella would probably sit a little bit deeper, or they just say, Maldonado, you're the holder.
Leading the game also for NCFC, number 19, Ahmad Al-Kak. And entering the game, number 7, Evan Conway.
Conway with a banger of a year last year. Bothered by injury for a good part of this season. Can score goals in bunches, though, and they need a bunch right now, down 2. Pasher. Wow, 3-1 lead and quite a bit of the ball as well.
Oh, it's a great run. Well-timed ball as well.
Pasher drops it over. A little bit of a bump. Staying with it. Now McGuire's got it. Needs to quickly go. I like this. Quick toss out to Perez. Perez has Burner on one side. Didn't like that option. Gives it back to Washington.
Martinez busting his lungs to get back in.
Olex Anderson Jr. is offside, and like he used his hand as well. '71st minute. Join us back here next Friday, July 18, as NCFC kicks off against Indy 11 at 7:30. Plan to arrive early to catch the local Mexican Luchadores Reso and Fan Fest starting at 6 p.m. Visit tickets.northcarolinafc.com to grab your tickets today. If you remember, I was calling for a Cam Newworth Mark Dry WrestleMania. I don't think Cam's here, but Mark Dry could still participate. Mark, just give us a wave if you're up for taking on Cam Newworth. No. Cam's arms as big as Mark's legs.
Good defending there from Suarez. Little fist pump to his head coach there as he draws the foul. And the pressure from Conway. Suarez only 20 years old, on loan from New England. Another youngster playing his trade in the USL Championship.
73rd minute. As Rodrigo da Costa and Luckhurst, two attacking players, getting ready to join the party here in what will have to be some rapid-fire goals to match Andrew Tate's prediction for a 4-3 score. It's quite a bit of wood to chop now.
Yeah, and against this Legion side who are pretty stingy as well. They've limited North Carolina today to kind of set-piece scraps, I would say, apart from that one moment of quality from Mensigan and Dolabella. And the concern for North Carolina is as they commit more bodies forward. Birmingham going the other way with Damas, Trejo and Pasha. Could punish you at any moment. This is foreign territory for North Carolina as well, Dean. This should be 3 defeats in a row. For the first time this season.
Rafa back to Burner. Conway. And they'll go off of Conway and back to Delgado, minute 74. I saw Coach Briggs earlier having a long discussion with Matt Van Oekel. It's almost as if Van Oekel is kind of an extra coach on the bench there.
He's seen it all, hasn't he? Been with the club a long, long time.
Thomas Sundstrom.
Pasha just rarely wastes the ball, does he? Coach Briggs talks about valuing the ball and being courageous and wanting it, and I think he epitomises that. Just give him the ball, he can come deep and get it.
Pasher, when he was with Pittsburgh, scored one of the greatest goals I've ever seen. And then he spent time with Martin Rennie as well. Martin was big on Pasher, former coach at Carolina Railhawks. There is Pasher. Taken down by Louis Perez.
I think he's the type of player that Mark Briggs is going to get the best out of.
Tremendous response from the team from Birmingham. I'm not sure what is that, smoke or fog or what is that, Andrew? It's like a haze.
It's the steam, I think, coming from the pitch. It is so sticky right now.
We're right about the time where they had scheduled another hydration break.
There's no breeze, is there? It's just a humid, warm night in North Carolina.
Burner. Perez. Olex. Rafa tried to get it back to Olex. Here's Louis Perez. Now Berner. Sundstrom. Berner. Olex chested it down to Mikey Maldonado. And there's Enzo Martinez. Probably doesn't get enough credit for his defensive work. And it's what I like about him the most. I mean, sitting on a yellow, just fearless as Conway heads it, handled there by Delgado.
Patterson cramping up now for Birmingham, having to put a shift in defensively. Here we see the glancing header from Conway. Comfortable save for Delgado though. And now we get the hydration break now, Dean.
Score is 3-1. It was 1-0. North Carolina FC 3 unanswered from Birmingham. Let's take a look, Andrew Tate.
Yeah, this was the first one, 5 minutes before half-time. Great pass from Mensingen. Good run from Dolabella, and even better finish to go with the dancing. But this was North Carolina getting themselves in massive amounts of trouble and punished by Ronaldo Damas, the number 9. And then just like that, second half, Birmingham Legion turning defence into attack. Tyler Pasha at the heart of it, driving through the North Carolina backline. Shows great patience here and then slots it on a play for Trejo with a great first touch and a finish to put them on top 2-1. And then the urgency in the second half from the Legion was really shown here as Ronaldo Damas spins Washington, gets him behind. And then Trejo hanging out again, looking to find that great spot. You think the chance is gone, but he finds the back of the net. And a 2-goal cushion for the visitors. Birmingham Legion being clinical in the second half. Not had an awful lot of chances, but they've been really ruthless with the ones that they have created. And looking full value for 3 points at the moment. It's going to take something inspirational or a moment of magic or something to get North Carolina back in it, as we see the changes coming now. Olex Anderson going off for Luckhurst. I think it'll be Brazilian for Brazilian. Da Costa for Dolabella.
Hydration break. Forward Madison's Keith Tiemeyer tuning in to check out some USL Championship. Of course, forward Madison in USL League One. USL impressive on so many levels. USL Championship, USL League One, League Two, the W League, the new Super League. Showing that the United States is getting more and more into soccer, and the World Cup coming to North America next summer will be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Promotion relegation on the horizon as well for USL. I can't wait to see how that evolves. Just adding more excitement to the product.
Eric Centeno looking to come in wearing the number 27 jersey. And then Sam McIlhatton going to come on as well. Up 3-1 with 10 minutes to go. Those are the times when you get pulled, you're okay with it.
Yeah.
In this kind of heat, that
Absolutely,
is.
Yeah. Patterson cramping up. He sits down, and Turnbull on that yellow card. Up and down that right flank. So we'll see Lazo, I think, will drop into the back line with McIlhatton going into the middle with Martinez. Not a lot of great size in that middle now with Martinez. But they'll be busy.
Substitution for NCFC in the 80th minute. Leading the game is number 8, Pedro Dolabella. Entering the game, number 16, Rodrigo da Costa.
Rodrigo da Costa coming into the game.
For NCFC, number 9,
Also
Alex Anderson.
coming into the game is number 26, Adam Luckhurst.
26, Adam Luckhurst.
If you joined us late, it was 1-0 North Carolina FC, but with a 1-1 halftime score, both goals coming from the visitors out of Birmingham to make it 3-1. And as Andrew Tate already pointed out, a rare 3-game losing streak if the score holds. And I think it's fair to say, even with the changes, North Carolina FC has not looked as dynamic as the visitors from Birmingham.
Yeah. Spot on, Dean. They just struggled for rhythm in the second half. Rafa was really influential in the first half, and after he took a heavy knock on that far right-hand side, haven't really seen much from him down that flank. And then the lines between the defence and midfield for Birmingham Legion have been spot on. They've really limited the space in there for players to operate.
Here comes Rafa. Brilliant in the first half. Needs to get going here in the second half. And he's going to try. Costa. Good ball off the head of Conway and out of bounds. And tick-tock as we're in minute 84. Assuming we'll have, I'm going to say 5.
7.
Probably fall right in between that.
We're both right again, Dean.
Two more players, Coach Briggs looking to get in for Birmingham. Off the head of Washington. Rafa. Oh, as it turned over. Thomas. You gotta like to see that. If you're a Birmingham fan, you're up to this guy here making these runs this deep, drawing a foul. Really good work.
Yeah, that looks painful as well. Paco Craig falling awkwardly on him. Damas looking really lively in the 85th minute. Still putting work in. He was back helping out. Everyone back behind the ball for Birmingham Legion just a moment ago on the edge of their own box. And then gets going the other way. It's exactly what you want from your number 9.
Two more changes coming for the team that's leading Mark Briggs' Birmingham Legion FC team. Sebastian Tregarthen, number 27. And then number 10, Preston Tabori Taka. '85th minute. And with Damas down, I think your 7 may be right on.
I think with that and substitutes coming in, I think we could be looking at more.
Yeah, it could be. USL on CBS kicks off July with a hot showdown of the Championship Eastern Conference. Last season's final runner-up Rhode Island FC take on Northeast rival Hartford Athletic on Saturday, July 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Thomas on his feet. Imagine he'll sub out. Talk about a guy who's earned the right to watch the rest of the game. That man had a great game.
Substitution for Birmingham in the 87th minute. Leaving the game, number 9, Ronaldo Jamas. Entering the game, number 10, Preston Tabori Taka. Also leaving the game for Birmingham,
Well, you mentioned the steam and the fog. I mean, those are some warm lungs working their way around the field right now.
Yeah, having a little chat with the home fans. I'm sure there's some pleasantries being exchanged there. But it's Danny Trejo's got the last laugh.
A yellow card has been assessed to NCFC number 5, Paco Craig, in the 85th minute.
So Craig with that tackle on Damas. As we told you earlier, he did get the yellow card, wearing the captain's armband. Craig is on it now. 3-1 Birmingham on top.
I mean, this is exactly what Birmingham Legion want North Carolina doing, is just switching it, keeping it in front of them. They've got to find a way to get down the sides of them, in behind them, because at the moment, the Legion just set up to pounce on a loose pass or a poor touch and go the other way. Got to find a way to get down the sides and turn this defense around.
An injury that we talked quite a bit about early on, but then North Carolina FC started winning, so we stopped talking about it, was the flashy number 42 Ezra Armstrong, and I feel like they miss him.
Yeah, massively. He was such a creative spark down the left-hand side, creating goals and scoring them as well. Patrick Werner, it's his first season in the US and trying to get up to speed. That's a great ball.
Chance. Costa, Luckhurst.
Oh, what's that hit? What was that hit? Luckhurst, I think he was asking the question of handball.
It'll be a corner kick.
And a great block nonetheless. This is more like it, though, getting round the back of them. Great ball in from Mensingen. DaCosta, good touch. Great block from Suarez. I think it's Ruth again. Yeah, tough to see what that hits from that angle, but Ruth again with a great last-ditch block.
Now the fans see it. Delgado still loose. Delgado punched it. It went off a player and went back toward the goal. Burner. DaCosta. What a pass he made to Luckhurst after the first shot attempt. Brilliant. Heading it, missing it. As we're in minute 90, waiting for the fourth official to register how many minutes of added time presented by Town Properties. John Bradford looks on, remind you to go to Town Properties, Town with an E, TOWNE, properties.com.
I think we're getting 8 minutes, Steve. I'm just hearing the exchange between Mark Riggs and the fourth official. Every manager's favourite person, the fourth official. He's trying to fathom where those 8 minutes came from. I think a good two of them, Dean, with that wall that was built in the first half.
Oh, that's right. Good call. That took forever.
Yeah.
Burner.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 8 minutes.
Wow, North Carolina FC's been so good at home. It's fair to say North Carolina FC fans have been spoiled. Today, particularly after surrendering the 1-0 lead, it's turned into a bit of an off day for the home team here. Conway.
Tell you what.
Wait, are they counting that?
Yeah.
Wow, Luckhurst, and how about North Carolina FC? I thought it was whistle dead. So
I don't think either official knows. The assistant on the far side couldn't tell. He's hoping the referee's got a better view. Mark Riggs is absolutely livid beneath this. He can't believe it. I don't think either of the officials can say for certain. It's a big call, though. No goal. Goal kick. You can see here. Yeah, it's clear as day there, but both official. I think with the bodies, it's tough for either one of them to say. I think the right decision was reached in the end. But for a moment there, for a moment there was a few elevated heart rates on the Legion bench. That would have made it interesting, though, Dean.
Indeed. Coach Briggs looking up.
Each official was hoping the other one was going to make the decision for them. It's going to be back-to-back defeats in the league. One of those defeats to Louisville came in the Jägermeister Cup, so not the end of the world for North Carolina, but 3 points dropped at home will be something they'll want to rectify next week against Indy 11. I think it's safe to say the points are headed back to Alabama.
3 minutes into the 8 minutes of added time. 3-1. Birmingham Legion. Indy 11 back here July 18, and then Loudoun United also here. Those are all 7:30 games. Wow, Andrew, at one point tonight I thought it was going to cool down, and now I feel like I'm sitting in an oven.
Oh. Yeah, there's just no breeze at all. I think there was one part I felt a little something. I was like, that was refreshing, and then I haven't seen it since. Yeah, really humid. I didn't think it was going to be as hot today either. I think tomorrow is supposed to be a scorcher, so.
Yeah, you gave me an immediate return on my request for short sleeve shirts, because I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wasn't asking for a black tie, that's for sure, Dean. I tell you what, for Birmingham fans, this is more like it. This is what I think they've come to expect from Mark Briggs' team. Really competitive, great chances, and just the work rate they put in as well to earn the 3 points today. I think North Carolina was slightly off colour. I think with that second goal for Birmingham, just the casual nature in which they tracked back and realised that there was some danger will disappoint the coaching staff of North Carolina. But for Mark Briggs, I think this is possibly a turning point for them. I think performance-wise they've had that new manager bounce, but the results-wise they haven't. So I think this will be the beginning of a good run for them, I think, especially with 4 out of the 5 next games at home.
Jaden Cervania going to get in here late. Good ball over. Conley and Luckhurst kind of run into each other, as this one looks to be pretty well sealed and delivered. Roman Torres, another player on loan to Birmingham, looking to come in with Cervania. It was 1-0 early doors. North Carolina FC. Late goal in the first half would tie it, and then 2 more. For me, Enzo Martinez, another brilliant performance here. Tough pass there, but he's just so busy and such a vital part of the fight of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Captain, great example for everyone on the team. Performed really well for former head coach Tom Sohn. Did a great job there, but sometimes just a change at the top can help reinvigorate somebody and the team, and he's certainly thriving under Mark Briggs at the moment.
Wow, another breakaway here for Birmingham, trying to add to their lead. Now Luckhurst is on it. Luckhurst, who thought maybe he was going to get the goal to make it 3-2, but clearly out of bounds. Good job by the officiating crew to get that right. Mikey Maldonado. Burner. Back to Maldonado as we're in the 97th minute. And that's just going to about do it here as we got just a couple minutes left. Here come the subs. It'll be Cervania first.
Substitution for NCFC.
Rafa's coming off.
Leaving the game, number 14, Rafa.
Jaden Cervania. And Torres going to come on for Enzo Martinez.
Jaden Cervania. Substitution for Birmingham during added time. Leaving the game, number 19, Enzo Martinez. Entering the game for Birmingham, number 25,
So up 3-1. Nice pat on the head and the back from Coach Briggs to Enzo Martinez. That move makes sense to me. Good ball through to Conway. Conway with a chance to make this one interesting. Gets turned the other way. Tremendous defense by Birmingham Legion.
Yeah. Suarez again. Really chaperoning Conway. I think he had to hit that one first time. Once he took that touch wide, the chance was gone.
Gatto protecting the near stick. Cervania trying to stroke one in. Conway again. Oh, and how about North Carolina FC? They pulled one back. It's 3-2. And here we go.
Real disappointing goal from Birmingham's point of view. Maldonado rolls it out to Cervania, who just whips a delicious ball in. Nice cushion pass from Luckhurst. And Conway's got the space of Carey to fire it past Delgado. Is there another nervous moment? We head into the 100th minute. Is there time for one more sniff at goal?
The assist to number 26.
Sent the other way and out of bounds by Birmingham. I feel like the official may give North Carolina FC one chance here as we are almost 10 minutes in. Maldonado. We'll go out of bounds back to Maldonado, and
we got the ball forward quickly here.
Cervania now. The official letting them play on. Cervania back over. Bryce Washington. They got to get going. The referee will blow the whistle if they don't. Passer defensively. Back over. Cervania with a touch. Going the wrong way, and because of that, there's the whistle, and your final score, Birmingham Legion FC 3, North Carolina FC 2.
Yeah, big statement win for Mark Briggs and the Birmingham Legion. Trailing 1-0 in the first half, they turned it around. Clinical second half performance, took advantage of their chances, and they go home with 3 points.
We'll come back and show you all 5 goals, but it's Birmingham with a big win on the road, 3-2 over North Carolina FC. Stay with us.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
In the Eastern Conference ladder, Birmingham Legion FC with 3 big points on the road here in Cary. Final score, Birmingham Legion FC 3, North Carolina FC 2. Dean Linky with Andrew Tate, and let's show everybody what happened in this one. 5 goals in the match.
Yeah, and it was North Carolina that got the scoring opened early. Great play from Menzigen, movement from Dolabella, and the finish. 1-0. 5 minutes before half-time, you thought that was going to be them heading into the break. But North Carolina's dancing would soon be forgotten as Jake Maguire just dallied on the ball and Ronaldo Damas made him pay. Great effort from Pasha. North Carolina scrambling to keep it out, but it's Martinez's quality that puts it on a plate for Damas, and he obliges, cancelling out the lead for North Carolina, and that's how it would end at half-time. Second half, Legion came out firing, quickly turning defence into attack, and it's Pasha who was brilliant throughout throughout the evening. Good patience, and it's all about Trejo from here. Great touch and finish to give them the lead. And the Legion would go from strength to strength. Once again, counter-attack. Damas this time spins Washington on the sideline, scampers in towards the box, and it's Trejo again. Touch sets him up. You think the chance is gone, but he manages to squirm a shot past North Carolina, and 3-1, and the points were headed to Birmingham, but were they? Savania whips it in right at the death, and Evan Conway, who'd had some chances, finally gets his goal, and it was 3-2, and you asked the question, was there going to be another chance, and there wasn't. Birmingham take the 3 points. North Carolina with 21 shots, but just 4 on target, which tells the story. Big chances for Birmingham Legion missed, but the 3 points fully deserving heading to Alabama.
So for our crew, Joe Ferraro, Ryan Lutz, Ian Lang, Ryan Moeller, Tanner King, Bobby Welch, Brian Ware, Noah Seidenberg, and Mark Try, my great partner Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linky saying so long from Cary, where your final score once again, Birmingham Legion FC 3, North Carolina FC 2. And you saw it all right here on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.